Hey queens, you're welcome back again to my YouTube channel. So this tutorial is long overdue and it is a continuation from the two previous videos I have posted on this style. If you haven't seen the part 1 and the part 2 of this tutorial, you have to go and watch because you cannot understand the part 3 if you haven't seen the previous videos. Now in this particular video, we are going to be transferring all the patterns into the fabric and we can start sewing. Please, if you're seeing my channel for the first time, my name is Esther and this is Queen Sewing Tutorials. On this platform, I share sewing tutorial videos. So please help me support this channel by liking this video, subscribing, and also dropping your comments. And also turn on your notification bell because I always drop tutorial videos every week. Now let us get started with these tutorials. So on our last video on this front piece, this was where we stopped. Now you need to understand that for this front piece on this pattern, this is where the work actually begins from. So now using my pencil, I will go ahead and I will start shaping this perfectly. And all the while, I was just watching the style from my phone because I don't want to have any error on this particular process. So like I said in the part 1, we drafted this video properly and I explained it in detail. So if you have not watched that, please go and watch it before you watch this one. So when I was shaping this, I really did a lot of errors, a lot of trials, because I was trying to get it perfectly well. When you're trying to recreate a style like this, you want to make sure that you are patient. You don't need to be in a hurry so you don't mess things up. So right now, you can see the way I am curving this, trying to get the asymmetric effect on this blouse. So as you can see, we are almost there, but we are not there yet. The shape is not yet fully out. So I will continue to do this, but before then, after we joined these pieces together, you can see that at that side there is a lot of shortage. So what I need to do now is that I'm going to be adding an extra paper to that on the both sides. So I have done that for the right side and also for the left side. So I'll go ahead now and I will cover up the shortage. So from the bust line, I am going to be increasing from my normal seam allowance you get from this line that I already marked. I will come out by 1 inch from the bust line, the waist line. Then on the hip line, I will come out by about 4 inches. So I'll go ahead now and I'll use my French roll to connect from the bust point line down to the full length of the blouse. And now I am trying to arrange this to see what I have. So you can see I am still going to shaping the asymmetric effect because right now it is closed. So you can see that this is where the work of this style is. So now I will continue to shaping this until I get a perfect shape. For this particular process, you will understand it better by watching. So just watch what I am doing. So just trust me when I say this thing is not hard. You just need a lot of concentration and patience. Please, if you have watched this video to this very point, remember to subscribe and like this video. And also, if you are confused at any point, please drop your question in the comment section. After I was done shaping this, I went ahead to cut out those excesses we will not be needing. And now I am starting to like the results because it is starting to look like the style. So right now, on the right hand side of this pattern, I will come down by 2.5 inches. I'll go ahead to use my straight ruler and from the dart line, I will just connect with a straight line to the 2.5 inches I marked. So I will also repeat the same process on the center front. I'll come down by 2.5 inches and I'll also mark with a straight line to meet with the 2.5 inches. So please take note that I am marking from the waistline, please. I'm coming down by 2.5 inches from the waistline. And that's because if you notice from the blouse, you will see that it was stitched by 2.5 inches from the right hand side downwards. Just in case you are confused, I'm going to be placing the picture so that you will understand what I'm talking about. So from the right hand side, from the waistline, it was stitched downwards. But if you notice the left side from the waistline, there was no stitching downwards. You understand? So what I will do is that from that 2.5 inches I came down, I will go ahead and I will continue to shaping this. So you can see the amount of time I have continuously shaping this to make sure that it comes out looking perfect. So like I said before, what you need is just patience, okay? You don't need to be in a hurry to make this style. And also, this style is not hard at all. Trust me, I enjoyed every process of making this dress, just that the tutorials is long. but I hope you are able to watch everything because you are going to learn a lot. I am going to cover a lot. And just in case you are confused at any point, please let me know in the comment section and I'll be there to answer all your questions. Right now, go ahead to cut this out. And when I place them, you can see the shortage I'm having there again. After I have gone on to shaping this, I had a lot of shortage, but we are going to be replacing that on the fabric. At this point, I was almost done with everything when I realized that the center front still need a lot of touching. So I went on again and I traced, like I shaped it, and right now I was okay with the pattern. So it is time to transfer everything to my main fabric. Right now I'm going to be showing you everything I'm going to be working with. So these are the patterns, all the patterns that I have cut. I already have detailed videos of how we made all of that. So now these are the zips I'm going to be using, the Ankara fabric, and I'm going to be using. So I used 100% cotton fabric for this. So I'm going to be working with this hairstay too. I'm going to be using that, and I have a lining. I have 1 yard of doll face. I also bought half yard of a shiny mikado. I have gum stay and I also have wadding. So this wadding is like the softest. I wish I had gone for something a bit hard. Don't worry, during the course of the tutorials I will explain better. So I have this paper tape, my scissors, this bonings. I have up to like 3 different types of bonings. And lastly, I have this fiber. Sorry, please, there's one more thing remaining. My peplum stay. Okay, I'm going to be showing you guys what we are going to do with everything. All right, so right now I will go on to transfer all my patterns into my fabric. And on the side, you can see that I added to it, okay, to cover up. So please make sure you remember. And I went on to add hairstay to this fabric. So if you notice the center part of my bustier, I came up by 1 inches. That was because I noticed there was a shortage on that part. What I mean is that the sides were higher by 1 inches. So I had to like replace it on the center front, if you understand what I mean. I'm going to be putting a link of my short video where I explain this in details. I just didn't want this video to be longer than this. I'll go ahead right now and I will notch my under bust for the center front and the side front. I will notch the under bust and I also notch the bust point. This is because when I start to sew, I will know what part is supposed to be connected to the other parts. So I'll be using this pattern paper right now and I'll be using that to cut out my wadding. So I came down by 1 inch, or you can do 0.75 inches. So I came down by that because I didn't want to cut on. I didn't want my wadding to start from the same point where my fabric started because I don't want this thing to be bulky. Go ahead to cut out your wadding the same way your fabric is. It is not going to relax when you are trying to turn. So I'm going to cut that out right now, and I'm also going to be cutting it from the under bust. I will go on to cut out my wadding with this. So for the side, I will also be using this pattern to cut on my wadding. I will come down by 0.5 inch. So you can come down by more. You can use 0.75 or even 1 inch. In the under bust line, I came out by 5 inches. I added 1 inch to my nipple to nipple divide by 2, which is 4. I added 1 inches to that because I feel my bust is fuller on the side. So I'm just going to be connecting like so, like you're seeing me do now. So you can see the way I am using my pencil to shaping this. So this right pattern is going to be serving for the left also. So I am going to continue to shape this, and when I get a satisfied cup, I will just go ahead to cut it out. So please, if you've watched this video to this very point, please let me know what you think about it in the comment section. And also remember to like this video, subscribe to this channel if you haven't done that already, and share this video. So fashion designers you know may find tutorials like this helpful. So it is time for me to cut out my patterns, my wadding. So you can see the way I'm placing this now. I'll go on to cut out 2 pieces of that. So these pieces I am cutting out is just for the fabric, okay? But I really wish I had cut out like up to 4 pieces so that I could also use it for the lining. I didn't use any wadding for the lining. I only used gum stay, but I wish I had used a wadding for it because it would have given my caging, my bust caging, a more relaxed and a firm, you know, that firm look. So now I am done with everything. I'm done with cutting out the wadding, and I'm going to be ironing this, okay, onto the fabric. So you can see the way I'm trying to place each cup to the right side, right? I'll take this now over and I'm just going to iron it. Remember, this wording has, it has like a gum, right? Just go ahead, put your iron on it, and then it's just come onto your fabric. Also, please, when placing your wording, make sure you observe the 0.5 or the 0.75 inches you came down by, like I did. And you can see the way I am carefully observing that. And I'll go ahead to iron this, and now I am done ironing. Now that I'm done with ironing, I am just going to be placing the left hand side onto the right side, right? And I'll also observe the notch that I made, like the notches I made on the under bust and the bust points. I will make sure that they are both matching each other correctly. And now I am coming down, and I will just, rule to the point I want to stitch on, right? I'll just make that stitch, and remember, we are going to be leaving an opening. So I'm going to be stitching up to this point. So I'll also make sure that I match this and make sure that both my side and my center bust are matching correctly. You understand? Like, there is no excesses anywhere. I'm also going to be repeating to the other side, and I will come down and I will stitch to the point I want an opening, right? Just like so. And I'm going to be stitching. I will do that and I'll come back and show you what it is looking like. So when I was done stitching this is what it is looking like. And I'm going to notch this properly. I'm going to notch it properly. And I will also go on to iron this. I'll iron the seams open. So I'm going to be using a bust arm to open the seams, right? I'll use it to iron the seams open, just like this. So I have taken this over and I have given it a good iron press, and you can see what the inside is looking like. So this was the point where I started wishing I had used a more thicker wording rather than the one I used, but it still came out okay. I love the fitting on my body. So now I made a mistake, guys. When you're cutting out your lining, make sure that you are very conscious so you don't have the same sides facing each other. You just have to be very careful because this style is a tricky style. If you are not careful, you may just have your lining and fabric facing the same point. So I'm going to be ending this video. On my next tutorial, we are going to be caging this bust and also working on the yoke, the back, and the sleeve. I'll see you on that video. Bye.